Disclaimer: I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the pictures shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel.
Vulcan, a kind and caring character, asks Haryu how he is feeling, and he starts to calm down and feel better. Haryu is surprised by his own happiness and amusement while tightly holding on to his trusty sword. After this brief moment, Jin-hyuk stands up tall and declares that his preparations are complete and that tonight, a huge and powerful group of monsters will be coming down to attack them all. It's important to remember that before they even entered the 5th floor, Jin-hyuk had already informed his team that this next floor would be filled with goblins instead of the usual enemies they face. Their goal was obtain the Goblin Slayer's achievement in the tower. Haryu brings up a question about whether they really need to hunt down the Lord Monster again. Vulcan explains to him that they can't just decide to hunt the Lord Monster whenever they want. The Lord Monster appears at random times, and its exact location on the tower is always uncertain and unpredictable. Jin-hyuk clarifies that he doesn't plan to go after the Goblin Lord because he has discovered a secret way to manually start a monster wave attack himself whenever he wants. Both Haryu and Vulcan are very surprised and taken aback when they realize that Jin-hyuk has this special ability to manually trigger a monster wave attack. Vulcan points out that if there was truly a way to manually start a monster wave, rumors about it would have spread far and wide throughout the entire tower by now. Jin-hyuk tells them that he stumbled upon this secret information completely by chance. He recounts a specific event where he was out hunting near the edge of the 400th floor, and as he was climbing the tower, a mysterious crack suddenly appeared in the wall in front of him. Jin-hyuk goes on to explain in more detail that each floor of the tower has a central spawning area that is responsible for creating and releasing the monsters. If you focus and direct your magical energy into this central area, it will generate and summon creatures that are very similar to the ones that appear during a normal monster wave attack. Vulcan acknowledges that Jin-hyuk must have gained a huge advantage and reaped many benefits from discovering this secret. Jin-hyuk admits that he has only used this special technique once so far because the monsters found on the 300th floor and above are vastly different from goblins in terms of their massive size, strength, and power. He even states that trying to face the 4 most powerful species of monsters head-on during a wave would be completely impossible for him to survive. Vulcan comments that when this secret was still useful and viable, Jin-hyuk didn't even know about it yet and couldn't take advantage of it. Jin-hyuk agrees with Vulcan, saying that the situation has changed now, and they plan to purposely provoke and trigger many monster waves in order to help them grow stronger and more powerful much faster. Returning to the present moment, the players on the 5th floor suddenly start to feel the ground shaking beneath their feet. A huge portal opens up, similar to what happened on the 2nd floor, and a massive horde of goblins comes pouring out through it. The players are completely unable to fight off the goblins because there are so many of them, so they have no choice but to turn and run away, feeling helpless and overwhelmed. Suddenly, Jin-hyuk appears and starts giving orders, telling the uninjured players to help carry and escort the wounded ones to safety. The sight of Jin-hyuk's ghostly pale mask makes the other players happy and relieved because they know he has defeated a monster wave before. Jin-hyuk had purposely made this dramatic entrance in order to spread rumors and stories about how powerful and skilled he is. Jin-hyuk then summons his new demon soldier spirits to attack and assault the enemy goblins right in the middle of the battle. As he watches them fight, Jin-hyuk realizes that his demon soldiers are somehow on fire, and the goblins that are causing this strange effect are actually psychic goblins. Jin Hyuk stresses and emphasizes that they need to quickly kill these psychic goblins first before they can hope to win the fight. Haryu steps in and starts decimating and destroying the monsters on the other side of the battle. Jin Hyuk uses his special glutanium skill to absorb the remains of a dead psychic goblin, taking in its fiery ability that can even influence and affect souls. With his powerful soul fire skill, he quickly wipes out and eradicates all of the goblins that are surrounding him. All of a sudden, Haryu's sword starts glowing and radiating with a huge amount of pure energy. Without any warning, the energy from the sword conjures and creates a full set of armor and equipment that appears on Haryu's body. She then immediately launches a fierce attack on Jin Hyuk with her glowing sword. With a single quick swing of her sword, Haru cut through nearly half the city, leaving the goblins who saw it completely shocked and amazed by her huge power. The goblins were very surprised at how easily Haru destroyed everything with just one hit of her blade. Meanwhile, Jin Hyuk stood there stunned and in scare as he watched Haru effortlessly wipe out the entire village in an instant. Jin Hyuk was completely stunned by how Haru easily destroyed the whole village with her overwhelming strength. When Jin Hyuk looked closer, he seemed to recognize the sword in Haru's hands. An evil laugh then came from her mouth as she swung her sword straight at Jin Hyuk. Jin Hyuk barely dodged the attack, but the force of the swing destroyed the building behind him. Jin Hyuk could barely get away from Haru's powerful strike, which ended up smashing the structure behind him. Jin Hyuk took off his mask and showed himself to Haru, asking if she knew who he was. Even though she kept attacking him relentlessly, Jin Hyuk managed to block her hits, but he couldn't help but notice how strong she was. With a mighty blow, Haru sent Jin Hyuk flying through the ruins, making Vulcan worried and reach out to them telepathically. Haru hit Jin Hyuk so hard that it made him crash through the debris and rubble, causing Vulcan to become concerned and mentally contact them both. Vulcan asked how they were doing, and Jin Hyuk told him that it felt like they were facing the Dokabus's final group of soldiers. With the monsters already taken care of, Jin Hyuk told Vulcan to handle the rest. Jin Hyuk adjusted his mask, knowing that his top priority now was to deal with Haru. In a brave jump towards Haru, Jin Hyuk used his battle foresight skill, sensing the danger coming from her sword. He realized that if he didn't act, he would be cut to pieces. As he got ready to swing his axe at her, he reminded himself that there were no friends or enemies in the tower, only survival. Despite Haru's sad story, Jin Hyuk knew this was the end, and he had to stop her. However, a moment of hesitation came over him when he remembered Haru's happy attitude before. That brief pause allowed Haru to grab his axe and use her own battle foresight against him. Haru's grin and scary stare promised total destruction as she slashed Jin Hyuk, making him stagger back and get hurt. In a desperate move, Jin Hyuk summoned his skeletons, bringing the dead goblins back to life, and told them to face Haru. Amazingly, Haru easily cut the skeleton soldiers into pieces. Jin Hyuk, confused by her incredible speed, wondered if she had used her battle foresight. He couldn't help but admit that Haru was overwhelmingly powerful, leaving him questioning how he could possibly beat her. Then, a huge explosion happened, pushing Jin Hyuk back as he moved away from Haru. He felt that something was wrong and wondered if Haru was tired or having some kind of side effect. Seeing her bleeding eyes, Jin Hyuk realized something was wrong. He thought about whether this was the rebound effect Haru had mentioned earlier. If that was the case, Jin Hyuk saw a glimmer of hope, but he needed to make sure she couldn't use her battle foresight anymore. Jin Hyuk ran away, and Haru chased him. He jumped into a house through a window, making Haru pause for a moment. Jin Hyuk then taunted her, asking if she was coming for him. She menacingly leaped through the window, ready to attack. However, Jin Hyuk suddenly brought back 2 goblin zombies with paralytic poison darts, confidently saying that even a Dokaibees would be affected by the darts if hit directly. As the darts got close, Jin Hyuk doubted that Haru could dodge them without her battle foresight.
Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.